Okay. Okay. And here we go again.
どうわらべ
No, that's not. Is that the right order? Okay, nice.
半単そらす偶然の偶判断の判番橋今日尊尊い尊い 千もっぱら
Nice. Specialty?
助けるジョーたまう9
Oh, why do I get that wrong? I don't get it. Salary. I should not get that wrong.
千洗う
Wash.
計算の3
Wait a minute. That's better. Calculate.
神初
Kami Hatsu. Hair. Nice.
突つく
Sudden or business stab pinch. Prick.
Kawaii. おじる Who.
Scary. Mm-mm.
Seiyo no O.
Europe. Nice. We're doing pretty good.
ぼ募る
Bo tsunoru. Boshu. Is that right? That doesn't look right. Kind of wrong.
You 優しい優れる
You yasashi sugureru. Mm-mm. I don't know how I managed it, but we did it. Somehow we did it. Kindness.
武器の武無
Weapon. Gun. Gen. Manako. Don't know.
Te ほど 絶耐える絶やす
Gan, Gen, Manako.
Yo, 溶ける。県庁の庁。
Hmm? That doesn't look right. Close. Pretty close.
演劇の劇。
演劇の劇。Shit, what was it? There we go. No.
Shop.
泥棒の棒。
Stick.
たまう、球。
Salary.
回る、回す、回、絵。
Oh, shoot. Mawaru Mawasakai. Yeah, okay, I think this is this. Nice. Turn to turn. Kaifuku Mawaru.
書く、こう。
Kaku. Ko. Oh, shit. It was actually this.
練、寝る。
作戦を練る。
よう幼い
Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Is that it? Something seemed off here. I guess that's it.
どう導く
Do Michibiku. Guide. 生徒指導部。
部活の部
部活の部。Ah, shoot. Excuse me.
園その
In. So this is park.
「賞」「勝つ」「勝る」「優れる」
Win. Why are you doing that? Bro, what's happening?
「ぼ」「募る」
Bo Tsunoru. Boshu.
判権の判
祈る木
短短いまれき
Oh, I haven't seen you in a while, huh?
Gun 弦 Manako
く、9、
Save. Protect.
仏教の仏、仏。
No. There you go.
靴、掘る。知識の識。県庁の庁。
Alright. Need some back support on this chair, man.
こう、暑い。
Something seems wrong. No, I guess that's right. I guess, yeah. Thick.
覚える、書く、冷ます。
Ooh, it's been a while. Remember.
慣れる、鳴らす、感。
慣れる、鳴らす。かん、oh. Wow, I'm utterly blanking right now.
書く、額。
書く、額、金額。額。Amount, forehead.
書く、こう。美、美、美しい。柱、柱。
Pillar.
木、企てる、企む。
What? 企業木企てる企む
歳年
歳年ナイス
部活の部木企てる企む課長の課映像の像書書く
書書く Oh yes
名前の名名し止めるやめる江戸の絵こうし試みる試す
Is that right? Close, but no cigar.
まれき
Hope.
小小さい
How did I get that wrong?
上上神上げる登る ゆともゆとも 試験の件試す
That's not good.
ほぼ略
Ugly.
中昼
津波の津、しん。
in 飲む
I got a like? That's awesome. Hey, whoever liked it, thank you so much. In nomu. Drink. Got me wanting to sit up tight or upright. In nomu. Drink.
文門聞く
Hey, James, how's it going, man? Oh, no worries, man. I mean, I appreciate you tuning in every time. As far as studying goes, every once in a while we all need like a little, getaway, break, something. So, how have you been doing?
文門聞く
Ask here.
津波の津、しん。
Oh man, that's good. I mean, it sounds like with your work, like once you get out of the way, like you have things get a little smoother. So almost like a busy season. But yeah, I hope you have a nice and chill summer too, man. Nothing sucks more than getting work, and then as time goes on, the work just increases more and more. I need to charge my computer. For some reason, it's not charging, so I have to grab a charger. One sec. theoretically should charge. Wonder why it's not charging. I am. I can't believe you remembered. So I graduated. My graduation was on Sunday, like yesterday. So just graduated, officially MBA and done. So pretty pumped about that, and kind of wondering like, what do I do now, like with my time, you know? But yeah, I appreciate you remembering, man. It's pretty cool. I have to. Oh man, I don't know how I'm supposed to make this work. So it's not charging my computer. Oh, power adapter. Okay, let's see if we can hold on to it. I don't know why it's being so weird. I think one of my USB ports on my computer is dead, which is weird because I only had this computer for like a year. But anyways.
慣れる、鳴らす、感。
Habit. Get used to.
習、習、習う。
Shu, ju, naro. I think this is it. Nice.
木企てる企む
Ki, kuwadateru, takurama, kigyo. Enterprise plan.
伝、伝える。
Then, tsudaeru, to convey. How do I... No, that's not right. It's gonna be... What is this one? There, that should be it. Then, tsudaeru, to convey.
食、食う、食べる。
Eat.
休、休む。
Q, yasumu. Day off, and I think this is it right here. Nice.
基本の木元
Kihon no ki. Shoot, got this one wrong. Foundation.
来、来る、来たす。
Come. Alright, nice.
午前の午、馬。
Gozen no go, afternoon.
やろうのろ
Doesn't look right. I think it's gonna be this. Why do I always flip this one around? I don't understand why. One of these days I'll get it right.
学、学ぶ。
Gaku manabu, to learn. Okay.
週末の週。
Ooh, shumatsu no shu. Okay, yeah, so week.
し、試みる、試す。
し、心見る、試す。Ugh, that's ugly. Still not that nice, but whatever. Test attempt.
小、小さい。
小さい small.
案内の案。
案内の案. Okay, this is something like this. And then, what's the bottom part? Ah, I forgot the bottom part. Okay, tree. 案内の案. Plan. That doesn't sound right. Something sounds off. That means plan, and that means plan. Interesting.
もも、100。
Momo hyaku 100.
酸素の素、す。
Sanso no so su. Okay. This is element. Good stuff. I think it's the first time I've gotten this one right.
歴史の歴。
Rekishi no reki. History. Alright.
新、新た、新しい。
New. Okay.
案内の案。
Man, I'm telling you, today's one of those days where I'm feeling so lazy and tired. I got on late today, like almost an hour late, which isn't good. And like I don't have the motivation to study new kanji. Like I'm reviewing right now, right? I don't have the motivation to study new kanji, but I'm really trying to summon the willpower to do it, and I don't want to. We're gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make myself do it.
自衛隊の A、A。
Shoot, what was this one? I always get so close and it's gone in my brain. 自衛隊の A. A. No, not that. No, no, no. It's like right there, dude. Right there. Come on. Ooh, it's so close. Oh, wait, you know what? Did I get it? Oh my god, I got it. That's crazy. We didn't give up. We kept trying. Defense.
舟、船。
Shu, fune, boat.
Ken、見る、見せる。
Ken miru miseru. Okay, that's just simply this. Nice to see.
王子の王、こう。
Oji no o. I think it's this. Hot, white, and then king. Good. All right. Nice. These mnemonics help, man. Just whatever you can come up with in your head to try and connect something, it'll randomly pop up. Like with this is the kanji for prince, Oji no o. And I was just like, white, white king. The white king was the prince, and then now I can remember it. That's crazy.
台湾の湾。
Bay. Man, I feel you. You know, like you just get there and you're like, oh, what is it? It's one of those days where, and you know, when you do something enough, then like enough times in a row, right? Where not it doesn't only become a habit, but it becomes part of your daily routine or weekly routine or whatever. Then even if you're like, you know what, I don't think I can do it. My brain's not in it. I'm just gonna take it off. Like that's okay every once in a while, but when it hasn't quite reached that point of really kind of cemented into your life, then that's where you know you're like you said, like your mind blanks out. You might lose motivation. Like if one time I took a trip, and this was pretty recent, like a month or so ago, maybe a little over, and I wasn't able to study for like 3 days. I swear I came back and just 3 days, and I had already been studying for like 8 months in a row. But for those 3 days off, like literally kind of made me almost rusty when it came to kanji. Like just recalling became hard. It was so strange. So it really does tell you like how much effort something takes for your brain to really kind of take to it and make it natural, you know? It's kind of crazy.
津波の津、新。
Okay, tsunami no tsushin. Inlet. The hell does that mean? Tsunami. Kyomi shinshin.
意味のいい
Imi no i. Okay. I think that's right. Is that right? Yes. Imi no i. Meaning. Or idea. Idea mine. Imi.
応、応じる。
Oh. Ojiru. Oh boy, I do not remember this kanji at all. See, if I had used a word to remember this, like oen no o, ojiru, I would have remembered it better. But I really try not to lean on vocabulary words to recall for the pronunciations unless I have to. I don't know why I do that. I'm not sure if there's any, like, you know, like my reasoning behind it is I don't want the word to be the crutch. I want to be able to see the word and sound it out as opposed to being like O and O. When I see it, I just know it's O. You know what I'm saying? It's like remembering the letter A by saying, oh, apple. And then you go back. It's like almost backtracking, right? So, oh, this letter is apple. That means it's A. So I don't want to remember it in that pattern when I don't have to. I'm not sure if that makes any sense, but that process sometimes makes words harder to remember.
料亭の料長長長い
Cho osa nagai. What is this? Cho osa nagai. Oh, I had to give up. Oh, dude, come on. Long stretch. Leader.
基本の木、元。
Foundation.
世界の会
Sekai no kai. World.
策定の策。
Oh, this is a new word I learned yesterday. Sakute no saku. Ooh, that's gonna be a tough one to remember. Kind of looks funky. Well, I guess not so bad. To plan. Sakute.
やろうのろう。
Alright, you bastard. I'm not gonna get you wrong this time. Nice. Husband. Yaro. Fellow. Asshole. I can't believe the dictionary actually said this. Isn't that funny? Like, I didn't just make this up. The dictionary actually has the word asshole written for yaro. Thought that was pretty funny.
研究の剣研ぐ
Kenkyu no ken. Research. Sharpen. Polish. Togu.
軍隊の隊
Oh, shit. Kuntai no Tai had this. Come on, man. I literally don't remember the rest of it, though. That doesn't look right, is it? Maybe it is right. Hold on, let's look at it again. Mm-mm. Oh, so close. I was just missing these. Pretty good that I remembered. Guntai no Tai. Army. Squad.
策定の策
Sakute no Saku. Okay, we just did this. Plan.
質七正す
Okay. Question quality.
七七七つ
7 to 7.
緑六緑
Oh, shoot. This was... Is that right? It is right. Sweet. Not bad. Ryoku, Roku, Midori, green.
会う会 A
Ah, to meet.
"案内の案
Mm-hmm. To plan.
親親親しい
Okay. Parents.
ゆうある
You aru. I can't remember. The stroker's down across or across down? I'm gonna go with across down. Let's see what it is. A little laggy here, huh? Oh, down across. I don't know why my system is being kind of annoyingly laggy. CPU usage is up to 29% right now. That's crazy. Why? What's going on here?
例こぼす
Spill. 0.
分、分、部、分ける
Oh, wait a minute. Bun, fun, boo. Wakeru. Oh. There we go. Nice. Dude, I'm like at 12 frames right now. I don't know what's going on. Why is it doing that? Is it lagging for you guys, for you, James?
場所の場、場
Bashanomba, Joe. That doesn't look. Oh, it's just the browser then, huh? But you can hear my voice and everything. The strokes are a little like when you say strokes, is it like on my iPad or is it the strokes in the browser? Weird. Yeah, it says my CPU usage is 33%, and for some reasons, not sure why, but that spike in usage is causing drops in frames. If it's just the Chrome browser, like the stroke orders that I check, I don't think it's a big deal. But I would hate it if the iPad strokes are laggy. Like, if I do this, I want you guys to be able to see that. Okay, well, I mean, if it's not affecting you, then not a big deal.
場所の場、場
Nice, so we got this right.
開、開く、開ける
Open. Perfect. Thanks, James. Appreciate it.
北、北
Hoku Kita. This is north. Something doesn't look right here. Okay, you know what it is? I think I got it. Okay, I think it's straight line down, straight across, and then diagonal, then this, then that. That should be right. Sweet. Let's double check that stroke order. Yeah, it's this stupid browser being laggy. So this is one of those differences in the font versus the handwriting. Because look, in the font, there's this like little thing. Like the font has this bottom part. But this writing style shows that it's actually like that, which is different. That's annoying because that's hard to remember. Oh well. Gotta keep grinding. Oh, ojiru. Satisfy.
長、長、長い
Cho osanagai. Long. Leader.
Bengoshi no go.
Okay, this one is to defend. And oh no. You got the left part right, but the rest of it wrong. That's what happens when you're learning new kanji, man. You get the same one wrong over and over again until you don't. And that's memorizing 1,000+ characters. That's how it goes. You have your good days, you have your bad days. Sometimes everything comes to your brain instantly. Sometimes you literally can't remember stuff you've been studying for months. And you just gotta work hard and not just give up because it's so frustrating. But that's what it's all about.
以上のいいこと。
以上のいいこと. Oh, this means strange, but I totally forgot how to write this. Okay. Different, strangeness.
軍隊の隊。
軍隊の隊. Squad.
策定の策。
Oh, this means to plan. And I believe it goes a little something like this. Nice.
僕。
Boku, this is a boy way to say me. What is happening? Why can't I remember? Wow. Really is one of those days, man.
To suberu.
To suberu. This means to govern. And I think it's a little something like this. Wow, I just had it for a second. To suberu. I mean, I know it's not just this, is it? Oh, no. Well, pretty close. Govern. To suberu.
新、降る、触れる。
Shin, furu, fureru. Okay, this means to wave. Oh, and I think it's... No, this. Wow, yes! This was one of the new hard ones that I had. Wave, yep. Teo furu. Furikai, exchange money.
撃、撃つ。
Geki, utsu. Oh, okay, this means like attack. Nice.
宗教の宗、そう。
This is a new one. Okay. Alright, now we're going to have 7 kanjis that I've already seen today that I got wrong today. So here we go.
ゆうある
This was down, across, and then moon. Down, across, and then moon. Okay, nice. Exist. I'm going to check that one more time just to be sure. Down across moon. Perfect.
宗教の宗、そう。
Oh, I just saw this, man. Oh, yeah, it's this. A religion.
北、北。
Oh, this was north. Nice.
弁護士の語。
弁護士の語 to protect. Defend.
以上のいいこと。
This means strange. And I'm gonna check the stroke order on this just to be sure, because I know I got. Obviously, it looks right, but I just want to make sure I got the lines correct. Look at that, it's so laggy, man. Apologies for that, man. But I think that's nothing that a restart can't fix, but I don't want to go through that right now, so. Nice.
僕。
Boku means me.
と滑る。
To suberu means to govern. Last one.
宗教の宗、そう。
Shukyo no Shuso, religion. Whoa, all right, we got it. So, 102, I think about 112, maybe even a little more than that we had to review today. So today's review is a little longer than normal. I only had 80 yesterday, so it makes a big difference. But I'm going to stick to my word. Although it's 12:45 right now, we're going to do it. We're going to learn new kanjis, because why the hell not? We got to grind, right? So we stopped at Shukyo no Shu. So. So now. Let's see what we got. Boy, this is annoying how laggy this is, actually. Like, literally annoying. Okay. I think I already know this one. Seito no to. Let's take a look. Seito. Ooh, wait a minute. No, this is different. This is different because Seito no to has two lines across. Sageru, te. Teian. Oh, I see. Very nice. This is why I think it's so important to learn to write kanji as opposed to just memorizing them. At least for me, right? Because when you focus on recognition by sight, then I feel like your brain summarizes what you are learning and saves it in like an optimized way. And what I mean to say is, when I look at this kanji, right? This kanji, it's written as this. And let me get a new clear kind of page here. Okay. When I look at this kanji, this is what you see, right? This is what you see. Right? The problem is that when you're looking at this, I mean, this, for in my brain, this part just exists. Like, this for me, this piece is the identifier. So when I see that, I'm like, oh, this is that kanji. So that's why when I saw it, I thought it was Seito no to. But Seito no to is actually like this. just want to make sure now. Now I'm doubting myself. Because wait a minute, it actually might be like this. No. Well, let's just see. Let's just see what we got here. Nope. Shoot. Oh, seto. Wow, so actually, okay, this was just straight up a mistake on my part. What does this look like? Is it Shukudai no Dai that it looks like? Looks like something. Hold on. Okay. I guess this makes a little more sense. So Shukudai no Dai is this. Whereas this kanji is like this. And I guess because I'm not, this might be a personal problem now that I'm thinking about it. But because I'm not as familiar with this part, like I've only written it a couple times in the sense that I only know one kanji that uses this pattern right now. So when I see another kanji with that pattern, my brain immediately thinks, oh, this is that kanji, when it's in fact it's not, because this particle right here changes what it is. So I guess what I mean to say is when I write and practice, then I tend to focus, because you tend to focus more on the kanji as a whole as opposed to its summarized parts, because if you don't, then you can't recall from memory and write it out clearly, and that helps in recognition, I think. So for me, that's why I like to focus on writing. So a lot of people do. That's not to say that a lot of people don't have success with just memorizing. And for all intents and purposes, for the N1 exam, you do not need to know how to write the test. Or I'm sorry, the kanji. So if your goal is just to pass, that could definitely work. But if your goal is really to get a solid grasp of the kanji, I think writing is a pretty big part of it. I literally don't think I've ever seen this kanji before. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, okay, this one I know I've done. This is Ken, like in Shiken. Oh no, no, more like what is this one? I know it's Ken, but which Ken is it? It's not Shiken. It says Keiken? Hoken? I think it's Hoken. Let's take a look. Investigation. Ken shiraberu. Kento. Kensa. Yep, this is the Ken and Kensa. Okay, yeah, I know this one. So we'll skip this one. I don't think I know this one. Okay, so that should be 6 for the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's only 5. Damn. Hi. 1. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. I think this is taku, like taksan. Yeah, taku. Nice. I've seen that one. Let's put it in order here. Bro, my computer is going to explode at this rate. Look at that. My whole stream is lagging now. That is so annoying. Okay, in that case, I'm just going to leave the order as is and not really mess with it because this thing's going to freaking burst. So let's start with this guy. Sho. Showa. Oh, Showa era. Do I know this kanji? Let's see. I don't think I do because this looks just like no. You know what it is? I know this from sho tereru, which means I know this kanji. So I pretty much know it, but I know a longer version of it. So I know this kanji. I know this kanji, which means sho tereru terasu, which means like bashful, embarrassed. This is literally just the same thing, just without that. That makes it a lot easier to learn. So Showa. Showa is the period in Japan. Actually, Showa is the period in your... You see that, James? That thing was just like on a respirator right there. Like it got COVID. So this is Showa. Showa being... So in Japan, I'm not sure, James, how much you... And then whoever else is in the chat, there's like one other person. I don't know how much knowledge of Japanese like calendar systems is out there. But not only do they have like years, like they'll understand like 2020, 2021 and all that stuff, but their official way of categorizing years and stuff like that is actually through emperor time periods, right? So like right now it's I think it's Reiwa right now. Then before it was Heisei, which was a couple years ago. Then before that it was Showa, and that ended like in 1989, and they're based off of emperor rules. So kind of interesting, I thought. But anyways, here we go. Show. So this means bright, which is actually the same as the one I know, sho tereru terasu, which also means illuminate bright. So that makes this really easy to remember. This kanji, I don't think I've ever seen this in my life, so let's check this out. Secret. Mitsu. Okay, so I know the word. Himitsu means secret, so I definitely know the word that this comes from. I don't know this word, hisoka, but it looks like it's an additional reading, meaning it's probably not that common. So let's take a look. So Mitsu, Himitsu, like I said, secret, very easy. So here you can see it's conjugated, so it's like misetsu. So the tsu is still there, but it's conjugated, so it becomes like a, how do I explain this? Like an emphasized word. Instead of mitsu, it becomes misetsu. Hisaka. I'm sorry, hisoka. Hisoka. I'm going to learn this just in case as well, but it looks like it's literally only used in 3 words out of 10,000. So we probably don't need to worry about it that much. But it's not that hard. I call this kanji cap, because it looks like a hat or a cap. But it looks like it's actually just roof. So you got, I'll stick to my little pronunciation of cap, heart, and mountain. So you've bottled up your heart inside of a mountain to keep the secret. That's my mnemonic now. Bottled it up. Boy, this is ugly. I'm gonna try and make this a little bit cleaner. There we go. This just slows down the time so much. Okay, so we've done that one now. Moving on to, I think this. Okay, let me guess. This is pronounced she. We got it, baby. I know this because I think this word comes from a grammar word like that I saw when I was teaching in Japan. Joshi. Guji. What the hell does that mean? Tsukasadoru. Damn, that's a hard word. Tsukasadoru. Joshi. Let's find a better word than Joshi. Shikai. Shiho. Sushi. Oh, baby. We're going to remember it with sushi. Cool. That's why I probably know it. Okay. And looks very simple. So 1 is this coming down, 2, 3. I don't want to run the animation because I feel like my computer's going to start smoking. And so let's follow the laid out pattern here. So coming down 1, 2, and then the square. So let's do it. Okay, and this means to administer, but we're just gonna remember it as sushi. Tsukasadoru. Is that really a word that people use? Let's find out. I'm gonna search this in a dictionary and see how freaking common this thing is. To rule, govern. Okay, I guess we'll learn it. Damn you. This one, what is this? Peace. Coal. Kenko. Oh, health. Kenko. Interesting. Kenko no ko. No, okay. And it doesn't look too crazy. It's got this 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, that doesn't look that bad. Let's give it a shot. So we're gonna have this coming down, then this down through 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not bad. I could make this a little thinner, but I really like the thicker text. So what I'll do to compensate is just make the kanji a little bigger. Small detail to note too is when I'm writing this kanji is here I'm gonna make this big to emphasize it, but couple of things to note here. Couple things to note are 1, this line right there, that should be coming through, so you don't want to do this, right? You don't want to do that because that's incorrect. So you gotta make sure that line is coming across. So that's pretty important. Next, the direction of these dots, like it matters. So in the grand scheme of life, right? Like if you're writing a document, they're not gonna be like, hey man, this like dot is in the wrong direction. This document is now null and void. Like that's not gonna happen. But let's say you are interested in calligraphy. Let's say you decide to take the Kanji Kente, which is like the kanji proficiency exam. Things like this actually matter. So what you want to do is when you're writing this one, you want to go all the way across, what we talked about, right? This, go through the top, come out with a little curve. Then the directions of the lines, right? You want to have coming down that way diagonal, then downwards, upwards diagonal, then coming in from out diagonal, and then out diagonal. So they're all kind of pointing outwards, right? So that's kind of important. So let's try that. I'm going to erase this. Let's try and do it a little bit with a little speed and see what happens. And when I do it with speed, man, my handwriting is already pretty freaking terrible. So please do not mind. Like that. Right? Do it again. And as you can see, the terrible handwriting is in full force here. So I'm going to make my pen a little bit thinner. I hate writing with a thin pen on this iPad because it really makes things like frustrating to write. But for the sake of this, let's do it. I'm writing faster now because I feel like I'm just wasting a lot of time. So we'll move a little fast here. And sometimes these little dots, they get kind of annoying to write, especially when you're writing the same kanji like a million times in a row. Like you see how mine are starting to get sloppy? And technically I could be like, all right, let's make every single stroke count here. Boom, 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 boom. But for the sake of time, this is more me writing this kanji and other kanji a million times is to build that muscle memory, right? Like, so then when I actually go out to write it neatly, I can. So I'm not really focused on being neat right now. I'm focused on getting my reps in, getting the stroke order down. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but I'm making a mistake sometimes where I don't connect here. That's not good. So I gotta be careful about that. Here we go. So 3 lines worth. That should be good enough. Kenko. Kenko no ko. Peace, composure. I wonder what other words there are with this. We've got Kenko Hoken, okay, health insurance. Shoko. What the hell does that mean? Kokumin Kenko Hoken. Fuken. They're all health based, so let's just stick with Kenko, what we know. Alright, second to last. We kind of analyzed this one a little bit earlier. This one is te sageru, teian, which means, you can also say teishutsu, which means submit. I think I'm going to do teishutsu instead of teian, because when I was a teacher, students had to teishutsu, or turn in, their homework. I want to double check if that's there. Yeah, there it is, teishutsu. Turn it in. What else do we have? We have dai, bodai. What the hell does this mean? Te sageru. Te sageru. Te sage? Whatever. Okay, let's do this one. Alright, let's do it again. Oh my. No, I got it. Okay, oh my god. I thought this whole time I was writing it wrong. That would have been so frustrating. Okay. Teishutsu no te sageru. Last one. Taku. Marsh. Kutsawa. Taku sawa. Takusan zeitaku. Oh, luxury. Takusan. Dakusan? Dude, come on. This is not read as dakusan. This is read as takusan. Okay, so we got the water sign. 1, 2, 3. Then we got 4, 5, 6, 7. I just realized that my cursor doesn't stream, so y'all can't even see when I'm following along. So I'm gonna stop doing that because that is dumb. You know what the coolest thing about studying kanji? Especially when you get to do it for a while. Like, one of the best things when you start studying is finally being able to see a few kanji that you know and are able to read and recognize when you randomly see stuff, like whether it be like a newspaper article, or whatever it may be. But man, once you get to about the 1,000 mark, which I just got to a couple weeks ago, you can literally start reading so much stuff. Like, you may not have the vocabulary, and you may not understand what the word means exactly, but the beautiful thing about kanji is if you learn not only the stroke order but the meanings, like we look at it means march or whatever, then a lot of times you can kind of understand and guess what the word might mean, even if you don't have the word in your vocabulary. It's like, imagine if you knew, English has like German root words, Latin root words, and all those different things. What else do they have? Like French. So it's like, imagine if you knew what all the root words meant. Like, for example, we know that pre means before, right? So we can guess, like, if something is pre blah blah blah, it probably means before blah 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 or something like that. So with kanji, it's like that, except it's way more obvious because its roots are just all from the same source, aka Chinese, right? So if you don't have to worry about knowing Latin root words, German root words, blah 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 blah. You just gotta know the kanji, and then you'll be able to kind of guess what the word means. But it feels so good when you're able to like read the characters. Like, it's a pretty cool feeling. All right, my computer. Oh, look at this. The CPU percentage is going down. It is now time to record my cards. I don't know if my computer's gonna start bugging out when I do it, but let's give it a shot. I'm going to hide my iPad screen. I'm going to bring up my Anki. Okay. I'm going to bring up the add screen. And we're going to hide this bad boy. And here we go. Okay, so the first word we're going to do is this one. Showa. Come on, man. Keyboard's bugging. Okay, we got that set up. Now we're going to add the voice. Showa no sho. Showa no sho. And we're good. Next one. This guy. Mitsu. This is Himitsu. Mitsu Hosaka. I keep saying Hosa. It's Hosoka. Secret, private, surreptitious. I don't even know what that English word means. Hosaka. Hosoka. And this means secret. Himitsu Hosoka. Whoa. This is obviously not a common word because it is not appearing here, man. Ho? Oh, it's he. That's why. Am I stupid? Wow, I'm just not reading properly. He, so, ka. There we go. Much better. And this means secret, private. Secret, private. Here we go.
密、密か。密、密か。
All right. Next one. She. Tsukasadoru. Oh, this was sushi. She. Tsukasadoru. Tsukasadoru. And this word means administer. I don't know why the word for administer is the kanji for sushi. Because maybe you're administering it to your mouth. I don't know. But that's what the thing says, man. Sushi and tsukasadoru. And this means to administer, to rule, to govern, to administer. She, tsukasadoru. She, tsukasadoru. Okay, we got that one. I feel like this is a pretty uncommon character because, again, in here it's coming under additional readings, and the word literally appears, according to this website, twice out of 10,000 words. So it seems pretty not common. I think oh, here we go. I just saw your... Damn, I missed Taz's messages. The kanji sushi has nothing to do with food. I think sushi, the kanji, meant something to do with a long life. Interesting. That's actually pretty... Yeah, it is. It's weird how it doesn't have anything to do with food, but I think the sushi kanji meant something to do with a long life. I might have to look that up. That's a good point. And yeah, that is a really interesting point. We gotta Google that because I love learning stuff like that. That's so interesting. So I appreciate that that comment, Taz. But here we go. Oh, we already recorded this. So shi tsukasadoru. All right. Next character we're gonna learn. Japanese is screwed up that way. Nothing means. I know, isn't it? It's weird how it's like that. So I was just explaining how one of the beautiful things about learning kanji, not just the stroke orders but also what the root words mean, is it really helps to like identify what a vocabulary word could possibly mean if you don't know it, right? But that's not always the case. Just like you're talking about with sushi or some other words that we'll see. Like we just did one, right? Well, maybe not here, but I know we did one a couple of days ago where it's just like it has nothing to do with the kanji characters that are in it, but and in those cases, you just got to remember it, right? So. And I feel like that might be more common, and this is just me just guessing, but more common with kind of older, more traditional words. I mean, who knows? You know, who knows? Like this. Oh, here's a good one. Peace, composure. Guess what? This kanji keeps appearing in health-related words like kenko, right? So that's one of those things where it's like health doesn't really have. I guess your body might be at peace. You can kind of make a meaning out of it, but straight up, like, you know, direct translation doesn't quite add up. Kenko. Okay, here we go. Kenko no ko. Kenko no ko. All right. Next kanji is teishutsu no te. And the pronunciations are te and sageru. Sageru, okay. And this kanji means submit. So we're using teishutsu like students do for homework and stuff like that, essays, whatever. Sageru. So this obviously has a couple different ways to say it, but let's look up what this word means. Sageru I'm gonna take this. And normally the meanings are, this website is really good and has the meanings at the bottom, but to take along, to hold in the hand. That's pretty. Take along, hold in hand. There you go. 手下げる手下げる Alright. And the last card we have for today is たくさんのたくさわ I can tell you right now, unlike the tsukasadoru word, this sageru is far less common. Yep. And that's what I appreciate. It sounds like, Taz, you have quite a bit of a background in Japanese, which is pretty awesome. It's nice to see. I just started streaming like a couple of weeks ago, so definitely don't have a big audience yet, but people like James and we have, a couple other people that come in here and have knowledge. We'll drop some information. So it's always nice when people come in and give some info, so I appreciate that feedback. Yeah, so sageru, I mean, to be honest, in my conversations, maybe I just don't quite remember, but I don't quite remember using the word sageru to take along, right? Motteiku, something like that would be more common, I think. Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. Not the failing that one part, but 6%? You didn't try again? At that point, I mean, it's got to be disheartening when you get so close. But man, 6% is like a guessing error almost. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have, if luck was on your side for a couple of questions, you could have passed it. So, you have any plans to try again? Taku, Sawa, Marsh. In this Sawa, I feel like I'm not going to use it as much. Interesting. Sageru. I got to keep my ears open for that one. Gotcha. Do you do work or anything like that related to Japanese at this point, or was it more of like a hobby or something like that for you? Takusan no taku, sawa. Takusan no taku, sawa. Okay, so it's really hard to keep up though. Well, my parents are Japanese, so I guess I'm. Oh, that's awesome. じゃあちょっと日本語で話しましょうかね。いいですね。なんか日本語を話せる方がチャットとかに参加してくれたら本当に嬉しいです。That's really nice. I appreciate you joining, man. That's really cool. We have a couple of Japanese folks that will join every once in a while, as well. Like, and it's cool. Like this one guy, he's just straight up Japanese. Like, yeah, I study Chinese and English on the side, and he'll just log on and chill in the chat while I'm doing Japanese. He'll be studying like Chinese or something. So that's kind of the vibe I wanted to when I wanted to create this channel, was just have like a little study hangout session for people that enjoy studying in groups more. So I always appreciate that. ありがとうございます。僕も Taz さんが参加してくれたしてくれて嬉しいです。Taz さんってアメリカに住んでますか？ OK。じゃあ最後にもう一度書く練習して終わりましょう。よし。Trying to study Mandarin, but man, it's hard to study language that in practice. ああ、そうですね。あ、カナダですか。あ、いいですね。バンクーバーか。カナダだったらトロントしか行ったことないですよね、僕は。でも、やっぱり、また、友達もいるし、なんか、僕はジェットプログラムに参加してたんですけど、もちろん、なんかいろんな国から、参加する人が来て、なんか、それで、 何人かのカナダ人と友達になりましたね。で、みんなもう帰国してしまったので、まあ、残念だけど、日本に来れなくて、でも、それでカナダへ行く、ちょっと理由ができましたね。白のもにありました。読書としか覚えてないですね。格納の件ありました。試験ですね。そう、実は僕は日本語能力試験とか、なんかそういう能力を測る試験は受けたことないですよね、日本語の。まあ、僕の、まあ今話せるんですけど、それは全部友達のおかげですよね。なんか毎日、コンバセーションパートナーと話したり、なんか、これはどういう意味みたいな感じでボキャブラリーを習ったりしてて、今はこういう風になったんですけど、やっぱりもう、話せるけど読めないっていうのはちょっと恥ずかしくて、やっぱりちょっと、漢字勉強した方がいいなと思って、このチャンネルを始めました。そうなんですか。そうですね。まあ正直言うと、1年2年ぐらい大学でその beginning Japanese なんか上級レベルの授業を受けてて、でも卒業した後の話なので、なんて言うんだろう、まあ、高くなりました。高かったから、やっぱり授業にはずっとなんかもう卒業してるし、できないなと思って、それの後日本人のコンバセーションパートナーの友達見つけて、なんか2年経ったら、まあ普通に会話で勉強しましたね。独学ですか。そうじゃないですよね。やっぱりちょっと先生のおかげもありますよね、最初らへんは。まあその後は多分、あれですよね。That's some dedication. まあね、楽しかったし、I like to learn like that way. I like to just have interactions with people. Um, I think that's what drove me more. It was less so the language itself and more so like I want to learn about the people I'm talking to. And that kind of helped me learn more vocabulary out of sheer curiosity. Like, how do you say this in Japanese? You know what I'm saying? And they would look it up in their like, dictionaries and stuff like that. And eventually, I think that eventually kind of got me driven to learn more and more about the language after wanting to initially learn about the people. And that's what really trying to drove me. Yeah, it was exchange students. It was exchange students at my university. And when I was when like I said, I graduated and I started taking Japanese, so it got kind of expensive. So I asked the teacher, "Can I audit your class?" And she allowed me to audit, and that's a lot cheaper. It was like $20 for the whole semester, and so I could audit. And then from there, we had a giant influx of Japanese students one random year. And she was like, "Hey, if anybody wants a conversation partner, we have like 5 or 6 students that want to practice English, so y'all can do language exchange." And I signed up, and I made friends with those people, and those are still friends I have to this day. And we're talking about stuff from 2012 or something. So I mean, I'm kind of old. I'm like 32 now, and so I've been studying Japanese for about 10 years. So I started learning about 22, 23ish. Yeah, and so those people became my friends even to this day. But that's how it just kind of all happened to, be lucky. Like I happened to be continuing going to school even after I graduated. I happened to be there at a time when, because I live in San Antonio, Texas, and we don't really have a Japanese population here. So I happened to be here at a time when there was a big influx of Japanese students, which allowed me to become friends with them. So I try to find pen pals for like Mandarin Cantonese, but holy hell, it is hard to keep up. Man, I can imagine pen pals and stuff like that. It gets so tough. Um, like I said, the one experience worked for me. If you have the opportunity, I know there's a lot of uh, not only Japanese people, but a lot of like Chinese people in Canada too, from what I've heard. Um, so like if you're to go to like a, let's say to like a community college university and be like, hey, I'm interested in pairing up some conversation partners. I think that's a good way to find out people. That's what I always recommend to people that want to get like conversation practice in, is just take advantage of your local college or university, because odds are there are a couple of exchange students or 4 year, 2 year students or whatever there from China or Japan or some country. So see. What inspired you to learn Chinese, if you don't mind me asking? Because I mean, I guess with that Japanese background, the characters might be come across a little easier for you than they would like others, like a um, I guess kanji slash, those type of character related language learners. But what inspired you to learn Chinese? I actually have a couple of Japanese friends that learn Chinese as well, and they use it for work now, so it's pretty cool. Yep. Oh, is that why you because it's rooted in Chinese is why you wanted to learn it? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, man, that's cool, but that I don't know how to describe it. Like I like Japanese because so I can speak a couple languages. I can speak Urdu, which is a language for Pakistan, and that's obviously, I mean, my face, right? Like that's where my roots are. Um, Hindi, because it's pretty much the same as Urdu. Like it's almost like Portuguese versus Spanish, and that's very very similar. English, of course, and then Japanese. So Japanese, I started learning it so late, and it was literally because I enjoyed it. Like if someone told me like, hey, like start learning Italian, like I don't, no disrespect to Italian, but I don't have that drive to sit down and grind Italian every day. So I think it's kind of it's crazy that because it's rooted that you thought it made sense to learn, that you're still at it and making that effort. That's pretty awesome. Like I respect that a lot because I'm a very I'm a very driven by passion learner. Let's just put it that way. Like if someone tells me to learn a language, and that's probably why like Spanish and stuff like that didn't stick to me so well because I wasn't driven to learn it on my own. Oh shoot, Colin's in the house. What's up, man? Finally caught you. Yep, you finally caught the live. And it's random. This time it's kind of late. Like it's already 1:30 a.m. here. I just logged on a little late today, so yeah, Taz. That's what I figured, man. And I mean, but you're still trying. Like that's pretty. I remember I downloaded Duolingo and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna learn a little bit of I don't. It was like Spanish or something. And the same thing happened. Like I just didn't have that drive, so I dropped it after like 3 weeks. But Japanese kind of somehow managed to stick to me, man. Man, it's cool to see you here, Colin. I appreciate you logging on. All right, so let's take a look at the characters we have today to practice. So we're done reviewing. We're done learning 6 new characters. We're done making the flashcards. And usually I like to wrap it up by rewriting the kanji I learned newly a couple times and then just finishing it up. Farsi, no, man, I can't speak Farsi. I wish I could. So like my parents are Pakistani. Pakistan was made in 1947, so before that it was just all of India. So my grandparents technically are Indian, but our quote-unquote ancestors are like Persian speakers. So that might be one too many generations away from me for our family to have that, stick around. Yeah, I got done with the mini workout. You doing some overtime, huh? Yeah, man. Oh, that's pretty awesome. On a workout, dude, I went to the gym today. Ramadan just finished. And so, like, I literally lost, like, 60% of my strength. So I'm trying to get it all back. So I went to the gym today and just died. I heard Farsi is very close to Japanese grammar. Really? That's crazy. I had no idea about that. I might have to look into a couple of words there. Hi, David. Are you still... hi, Fahad. Are you still in school right now? If so, what do you study? David, I am extremely proud to say that as of yesterday, I graduated with my MBA. I'm officially done with school again. But to give you a little background, undergrad, I studied biology and chemistry. And then I did a master's in neurobiology because I was trying to go to med school. Through my master's, I realized I hated it and I just didn't want to do this. And so I dropped the whole idea of going to med school, moved to Japan. And now I'm back here. I'm working as a project manager and I decided to pursue an MBA. So that's what I studied. Japanese was more of a hobby. Let's put it that way. Damn, you losing 60% of your strength means you only have the strength of 3 men. I know, man. What am I? That's funny. It's tough though, man. It's tough. Like I was doing front levers for like my abs, and before I could hold it, like literally a month ago, I could hold it for like a steady amount of time and do stuff. And now, like as I do the front lever, it's just like whoop, come right back down. Let's go. Congrats. Oh, I appreciate that, David. I appreciate that a lot. It was a tough 2 year journey, man, but I'm glad it's over. I'm just wondering, like, what the hell am I supposed to do with all this free time? MBA and MBA, congrats on your Taz. I appreciate that, man. So now with the MBA, hopefully, like, that'll level up my career prospects or whatever. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's the goal here. So let's take a look. So first we've got showa no sho. And again, I don't like the skinny pencils. I'm going to go back to the fat ink. Omedetou, brother. Arigatou. てか、コリンがなんか全然話してないね、最近。元気? So here we go. So I like to write it a couple more times before wrapping up. And then I don't review the new flashcards until the next day. So then when I come back the next day, they're marked as new. And that way I have to recall from memory, and you just get the whole memorization process started. So then we've got Himitsu no Mitsu. And again, my mnemonic for this was I had a mountain of secrets. お父さんになっちゃったから、あ、そうだね。お父さんね。すごい、まだちょっと実感しないよな。これはお父さんで。なんか、てか息子にはまだ会ったことないし、また日本行くとき会いたいな。いや。Taz, my Japanese, my English, my hand, like, dexterity skills are utter garbage. I think the only reason this might look like decent is because I'm using like a digital pen and like iPad. Because if you saw if you saw what it looks like, let me give you a little sneak preview of how bad it looks. So I'm gonna make it into the skinny pen, and then you'll get to see what it looks like when I actually use a pen and paper. It becomes way more chicken scratchy instantly. So let's just say I have the benefit of having a thick pen. See, that's a skinny version, and here's the thick pen version. Yep. I guess that's really not much better, huh? I guess it's kind of crowded, so let's make it a little more, give it a little more space. That's better. Mine still works like I never write, especially in Japanese. Oh, really? Man, like I was talking about this earlier. Like I really make an effort to learn by writing, just to involve as many senses as I possibly can, so it retains better. Like, I was talking about this and saying like, basically, for me and maybe for others as well, when you learn simply by memory, your brain, and this is just from like past stuff I've studied before, it memorizes things in the most efficient way possible, aka it summarizes what you see. So it's not gonna, unless you're very, very familiar with what you're looking at, it's gonna remember just the overall kind of high level. So for example, we talked about this kanji, right? Ko, like kenko no ko. Like, if I were to just memorize this, then something like this, and then something like this, I wouldn't be able to quickly decipher the fact that this line isn't going all the way through. Or, for example, if it was like this, like I didn't get the curve here. Like, these are the type of things that by writing, they kind of stick to your brain a little bit more, for sure. Props you for learning not only how to read, but write also, even though the only time you'll handwrite something is when you write your address at the doctor's office. Yeah, Colin, that's exactly right. And honestly, it was just because I was like, if I'm going to do this, might as well go all the way. I know I learned better this way too. So that's why, for sure. And living there for a few years, you didn't have to write much, but when you did, it really kind of stunk to have to keep looking at stuff to write over it, copy and copy, as opposed to just be able to, regurgitate it because you know it, Okay, and then last one is going to be taku. Sawa. And that's it. So we've officially learned 6 new kanji for today. That brings my total of known kanji to 1,047. So we still got a ways to go before we get to the 2,136 Joyo kanji. But man, it's kind of crazy that we're almost halfway there. Pretty wild. True drum roll. Appreciate that. But that's about it, man. So that's how my typical study sessions are. I log in, review my Anki deck. Usually it can be anywhere from 80 to like 120 reviews. And then I learn new kanji, and then we write the new kanji, make the flashcards, and we just chat, chill while it happens. Yeah, Colin 1000, man. So I've been studying since July of last year. So it was tough. It was tough to do full-time work, full-time school, and then daily kanji study. But I'm really glad I stuck with it, man, because now with an extra tens of hours a week that I don't have to go to school and do homework and study, I can try and focus that more on Japanese and really start doing more than just writing kanji. Maybe just like, reading more books or doing something to kind of involve other skills as well. Taz, I appreciate that, man. I study kanji and stream every single day. Like every single day I will be here. I'm really trying to nail down a time, man. Usually I like to get on by 10:30 p.m. Central Time. But now that school's over, I might pull that back to like, I don't know, 9:30 or something, just to make it to where people in the East Coast have an easier time to log on if they manage to find it. But I don't know. Right now I'm pretty comfortable with the 10:30 time slot. So that's probably what I'll be on tomorrow as well. But yeah, I'm here every single day, man, studying. And I do like to put out a video as well once a week. I only restarted this channel back up a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I like to put out a video as well where it's like we cover topical Japanese things. So keep an eye out for that as well. I really appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Colin, it was my streams today is going over at 2 hours, but usually they're about an hour and a half. And that's how long it typically takes me to kind of run through the whole process. Yeah, about an hour and a half. And I saved them all in my library or whatever, so they're there to view later on too. So. Oh, are you at work right now, Colin? You know what we should do, man? If you ever have a time, like one of the things I really wanted to do with this channel is have conversation sessions for viewers and stuff like that. Like I don't really have a big audience or anything right now. So, I don't want to invite a guest and then there'd be like no people or like 1 or 2 people. But one of the things I eventually want to start doing is having Japanese conversations that, people that want to do listening practice can listen to. That might be kind of cool. Damn, that's awesome. I appreciate you logging on, bro. Wait, do you, I remember you mentioned that it was that translation company. I don't want to say the name on stream, but like that company. Are you still with that company you were talking about? And are you working from home? Honestly, for you, it would just be getting on like a FaceTime call with me, and then I would stream, and then like make sure it's all available on YouTube from my end. So. Oh, so that's on the side. That's cool. We gotta catch up, man, because I don't even know what you're up to these days. For sure. Nice. That's really cool. But yes, sir. So that's it for the stream today, guys. Colin, text me, man. I'd love to catch up. And like I said, I'll be back tomorrow. Study some more. We do 6 characters at a time to get to our goal of N1 ready. I don't really have like a, like the whole strategy of like get N1 ready in 3 months type of deal. We do it slow and steady, and we like for it to be permanent as opposed to just a brain dump at the test and forget about it. So it's gonna be slow, steady, repetitive, so it stays within our system for the rest of our lives. So that's the plan. But I appreciate you guys watching. Taz, Colin, I appreciate y'all in the chat, man. David dropped in for a little bit. I don't think he's here anymore. But I think James is still here as well. So I appreciate you guys watching, man. It's always so nice to have people in the chat when we're doing this type of stuff. But I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow in another stream. We're here every evening. So see y'all next time.